Now, let's look at what personal brand is. And I know some of us, we already have a good knowledge of what some of these concepts, but let's just do some conceptual framework. And trust me, you may know the definitions, but the approach or the interpretation of this particular definition may come differently. So please be open-minded. It's an avenue for us to unlearn, relearn, and learn new things. So please, let's be open-minded. Don't be too closed up that, oh, I already know this definition before. A personal brand is the unique and consistent image. And I saw a lot of people wrote consistency as part of the item they will have in their bag. Can we see the correlation? Very important, consistency. The unique and consistent image or perception that you as an individual will cultivate and present to the world. So there is something unique about you that you must showcase, and that's what makes a personal brand. So what you want to start thinking now is, what is that unique image that I have? Am I a pedagogy teacher? Pedagogy in learning and development is learning, training for the children, for younger ones, or the andragogy style of learning for adults learning. Which part do you belong to? And then what is the specific field that you currently position or you focus on? That is the image that you want to showcase to the outside world. If you check my profile today, all my journey for the last 9 years has been learning and development. I deliberately decided to be consistent with it. I know learning and development is under the field of human resource management, so I decided to go for my professional qualification in CIPM, in HR, but still within the scope of capacity building, learning and development, consistency. So that if anybody is looking for learning and development professional, specialist, instructional designer, I am always at the top part of the search because of the consistency. So they are not carried away with, oh, where does it belong to? Is it HR? Is it learning and development? Is it marketing? And trust me, I had a background in marketing. My first degree is in marketing. But I knew from secondary school that I am going to focus on the training part of marketing. I was not interested in practicing marketing. My interest was strictly on the training part of marketing. And please, I know network can be very annoying sometimes. Please, just put in the chat box if you can still hear me loud and clear. Just type clear. Just type clear. Just type clear in the chat. Let me be sure that I'm still loud and clear. Yes, from high school. Awesome. Thank you. Yes, from high school. I started taking tutorials and I built that passion for learning and development. And then somebody told me when I was leaving secondary school, she said, if you don't go into lecturing or anything training related, you will not be fulfilled. Because they've seen some of the qualities, the characteristics of that learning and development. It's an image. And you want to showcase it to the outside world. Thank you, Bright Amobi. Thank you. Lending a helping hand. Awesome. So you have to be consistent about it also. And that's what makes your brand. You will not see Coca-Cola talking about maybe powdered things. No, they have to be consistent. They will give you different variants of drinks because of that particular brand. Consistent. We will not go into brand extension where you now start to diversify into other areas. But for you as a person, consistency is important. And that's what you want to actually present to the world. And it will encompass some kind of values, expertise, and personality. Very important. Now look at the second one. Personal branding is a strategy of establishing and promoting you. It's a strategy. So if you want to promote yourself, you want to promote your career, you want to promote your expertise, personal branding is a strategy. If you're a content creator and you want to promote that quality, you have to brand that particular expertise of yours. So it includes your career, your field, your work, your skills, your experience. When I spoke to a friend of mine in my previous employer, the guy does a lot of things and he's very good. He does research, he writes things. And I told him, see, some of the opportunities I've had, they are from LinkedIn. So start putting your write-ups. You are good with research. Don't just be doing it for educational purpose. Start using it also to promote yourself. Do some interesting write-up. And trust me, if you go to that guy's LinkedIn page, wow, When he posts his write-up, I'll be like, wow, there is something unique about the way he articulates his thoughts. And very special. And trust me, that kind of person is open to various opportunities. Trust me, in learn and development, we taught some people instructional designer today. And what they do mostly is about doing research, curriculum development, building instructional materials, learning materials, and it's about content. They can be a content manager for organizations, for other brands, for themselves. Can you see the kind of opportunities that you are creating just by doing some very interesting write-up? So it's about you. It's a strategy to promote you as a person. That's personal branding. And trust me, it can lead to career advancements. My speed in career, the way I've grown today is as a result of personal branding. It's as a result of the way I've positioned myself. I don't do a lot of write-ups, but the way I have articulated my skill areas on some of these social media platforms, LinkedIn to be precise, when you're searching for learner development or you're searching for instructional designer or you're searching for facilitator, I should be at the top part of the search button because of the way I have been able to put some specific taglines that speaks to what I do and is consistent. So it can lead to career advancement, increase your network and productivity. So this is all about personal branding, and we're going to really do a lot of that. Awesome. Thank you, Mubarak. Thank you. And I know I have some of the students on the call also. Trust me, over time, you can be modifying your brand. We call something brand modification or product modification. You know, sometimes when a product is not satisfying to the public, they take it back to the factory and then they modify it. And then it comes back to you as Samsung Pro Max. And then you think it's a new. There's just a little bit of modification. And they just changed one of the specifications. And then it satisfies another type of market. So you can modify your brand as a student. There are some things that speaks to what you do in school. Before I built all of these experiences, trust me, if you go to my LinkedIn profile, what you will see at that time were some of my volunteering activities in school. I was the general secretary of the Association of Marketing Students at that time. And I had it there. And I was able to also describe what I did there. Taking records, book record keeping, and all of that, just to show my professionalism in that space. So over time, I started modifying it. So you will take off what is not needed anymore after building new experiences, and then you impute the new level of experience. So as a student, you can also start building that profile. Yes, I can see a 300 level student that have just introduced himself. So you can build that profile even as a student. So it's very, very important that you start promoting yourself even from now. And trust me, there are few people that are monitoring. They want to see the growth process. They want to see your creativity. And trust me, some organizations, I'm speaking from the HR perspective now. Some organizations are looking for some creative people that will come into the system and become creative, become innovative. And it comes from how you profile yourself on some of these social media platforms. And then they're able to be, this person is very creative in his writings, in his comments, very creative thoughts. And then they're able to groom you